In this YouTube video, I'm going to tell you how to make your YouTube setup looking like this to this. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here. And if you are a new one, please do consider subscribing. In the last video, we told you why and how you should start a YouTube channel. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how to set up your own YouTube studio. The first thing that you should invest is in a microphone. Right now I'm using a Blue Yeti microphone. It's a podcast microphone as well as it has 4 different kind of patterns for recording your audio. I'm recording this microphone directly into a software called Audacity, and it's a plug-in and record microphone. What you can do is start and first invest in a small microphone, a lav mic, and I will suggest you to get a lav microphone which has a long wire. What it will help you in is that you can keep your camera a little far away from you and you can clearly record your audio directly in the camera. The audio that you're listening right now is from the camera, and the audio that you're listening right now is from the Blue Yeti microphone. I guess the difference is pretty clear. I will suggest you to first clean your desk and try to make the frame as clean as possible, and you should be well aware about the elements or the components that you are showing in your frame. As you can see, my desk is much cleaner now, and I feel a little more organized now. Everyone who will be seeing you will feel like you are more organized. Eventually everything that you keep in your frame should look clean and it should have a meaning in your frame. The next thing is basically the camera settings. If you're using a camera right now, I'm using the Canon EOS R with a 1855 lens, I guess. I would be suggesting to invest in a low aperture lens which will give you that shallow depth of field, or a bokeh which we call. So the difference between this lens versus this lens, I have basically changed from a kit lens to a prime lens. I am currently using a 24mm f2.8 lens. This lens gives me the flexibility to lower my aperture to f2.8. It will basically help to let in more light to the sensor and gives me more depth of field, which will help me in lowering down my ISO, resulting in less noise. The next camera setting that you should look into is the white balance. Currently my white balance is not to the actual position it should be. There is basically the available presets of white balance. Right now the lights in my room are slightly towards the daylight temperature, so I will change my white balance to daylight. And this is how the daylight white balance looks in my camera according to my room. The next setting that you should look into is the shutter speed. Currently I am shooting at 25 fps, and the basic rule is that your shutter speed should be double your frame rate. So I will change my shutter speed to 1/50. This will basically help me to avoid flicker as well as let more light in the frame. The next thing that will help to improve your videos is a good lighting. Right now I'm using the tube lights in my room. Now I will shift to my key light, which is basically Godox FV150, and let me quickly set it up. There are many alternatives available for this. You can use any light, such as the light that comes with 5 bulbs, or maybe an aperture light. But I am using the Godox FV150. I have been using this light from a while now, and it is definitely a good piece of equipment that you can invest in. And this is an octagonal box with double diffusion and a grid. and I try to use clamps like this to basically hold the wire in case someone pulls the wire from the other end, so it will be stable over here. What a good source of light will eventually help you is in lowering down your ISO, and it will give this great cinematic look. Another light that I am setting up is basically a hair light to give me that a kick in my hair edge, as well as give me that halo effect behind my hairs as well as my back. So I have this clamp, I have attached it to my regular stand, and this allows me to plug in my monopod, which then acts as a C stand for my lighting. I feel like these things should be made more often because it helps me to carry two things, which in case I'm not using on set, allows me to make a rig out of it, and I can use it with a more versatility. I'm using the regular NPF batteries right now. Let me tell you about this light. It's a Yongnuo YN360. It's an RGB full spectrum as well as a daylight and tungsten white balance light. You can use this light to light any condition, as well as this light has a very good CRI value, and there are two kind of methods you can plug it in. You can power it off. One is the battery, as well as you can use the 5 volt, I guess, DC adapter or something in here, but I usually I have a lot of these batteries, so I use these one. So this is the frame without the hair light on or the kicker light on, and this is the frame with the kicker light on. You can clearly see the difference. It will basically highlight the edges of your body and separate you from the background. Another great way to enhance your frame is by using a practical light. Currently I have this a small Siska or a Wipro bulb plugged in here. So let me turn on the light quickly. So practical lights like these are actually very cheap first of all, and these can totally change up the feel of or the mood of your frame. So the application of this light allows me to change the white balance basically, and allows me to use it in different kind of colors. Right now it's in yellow, green, blue, cyan, blue, purple, red. So it has basically the full RGB spectrum, and I can change it in any color I want to. Let me just quickly turn it into yellow. Looks good to me. Here are some bonus tips that I can give you to immediately boost up the production value of your YouTube videos. The first tip is wearing some good clothing or looking presentable in the front of the camera. I would suggest you guys to wear some presentable clothes and then sit in front of the camera and make some good YouTube videos. Another bonus tip that I can give you is accessorizing your frame. What I am using here is a plant. You can also use the artificial plants which come from IKEA or maybe available at the local stores around you. You can accessorize your frames with different kind of wall hangings if you like to, and this is how my setup looks. You can definitely change the things according to your likings and the kind of mood or the vibe you want to set up. So these were the tips that I can give you which will help to improve your YouTube setups. If you liked my video and you're liking the content I am posting, please do subscribe to my channel and share these videos with a friend. See you in the next one.